Keep that applause going. Welcome to the stage from SA, it's Daniel Caldicott.
How are we going today, guys? Woo. Let's get pumped. How are we going today, guys? Don't want to hit the lighting. Now, just before we get started, I'm going to clarify something. I am 17, not 12, okay? And the technical term is Oompa Loompa. No, actually they said I wasn't orange enough. If only Trump was my father. But then, Ivanka would be my sister, and if we were in Tasmania, they'd make her my girlfriend. Look who's dating a model. So, for this show, I decided to get a little help. I went to meet up with a high-profile comedian, but he stood me up. Which is okay, I'm used to getting stood up. Like, I have a face like this and I'm on Tinder, so. But the reason he stood me up was to watch the Crows grand final. I mean, if he wanted to watch something completely fail, he could have just watched my routine. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about my family. They like to watch these cooking shows like MKR, MasterChef, but they retain nothing. They are not the best cooks. My mum one time, she made a tuna mornay. It was great, until we realised there was no tuna in it. Basically, we were left with a hot, greasy mess. Which, by the way, ladies, was my nickname in high school. Speaking of a hot, greasy mess, I actually worked at KFC for 2.5 years, and there was this one memorable thing. There was a woman, and I had to make her wait 15 seconds before I could take her order because I was busy. And so after this 15 seconds, she just got infuriated, drove down to the other end and complained about me. She described me as lazy, irresponsible, and outright rude towards her. I was over the moon. With a review like that, I can finally get a job at Telstra. But I've quit now. I've quit KFC, and with all that free time, I went and visited my nan over the Christmas holidays, and I found out something shocking about her. She is an alcoholic. Yeah, I know, not great news either. She outdrank my dad at Christmas. That's pretty impressive. My dad is a heavy drinker. He's been drinking pretty heavily for the past 17 years or so. Okay, I understand what you're thinking. Oh, Daniel, that's when you were born. That's correct. But I have a theory. Nikki Webster sung for the first time 17 years ago, so I'm going with that. I'm hoping it was that. I'm doubting it was that. It's okay though, I'm going with it. So, sorry, I'm a bit emotional right now. Just in recent times, my Australian idol, he's been caught cheating. Dean from Married at First Sight. Why, Dean? Why did you have to do it? I'll tell you something about my dad, though. Whenever he gets stressed, he always puts his hand on his head and sort of massages his forehead. It's very obvious. It's very obvious when he's stressed. In fact, keep an eye out. You might see it tonight. But I can just imagine how bad that would be in a stressful situation. Like playing poker. I raised $20. Or when I told him that Nan was babysitting us for the night. Or even worse, when I told him I wanted to be a comedian. But yeah, I really wasn't sure about this show, but I decided to get some advice. I talked to my nan, and she said, Daniel, do what I would do. Take a shot. Thank you guys, I've been Daniel.
Make some noise for Daniel! Smashed it! Hello, what's going on? Nothing to see here, folks. Showbiz.